Tonight we go live to the capital of country music to Alexis Tereszczuk, senior reporter, RadarOnline.com, to get shot over a cigarette. It's my understanding everybody was there at this restaurant bar having a good time, and when everyone started to leave, the victim in this case, the friend of Blake Shelton, Wayne Mills, he didn't have a gun. Nobody was fighting. There was not a fist fight going on. And then the next thing you know, people heard shots firing out. What happened, Alexis?
So what happened was, it was actually just hours after a Blake Shelton concert. Wayne had been in the audience watching his friend perform. They're in this bar, a local Nashville haunt, which has been focused on a reality show called Bar Rescue. They were about to leave. What the alleged killer says is that there was a fight over a cigarette, that he didn't want him to smoke in there. Then he claims something happened. He hasn't really said, but it was self-defense. However, self-defense, he shot him in the back of the head. So he was actually turned away from him. Yet he's been arrested and is claiming self-defense.
Out to Gary Sargent, close friend of Wayne Mills, founder of the Outlaw Music Hall of Fame, joining me out of Hillsboro. Gary, thanks for being with us. I don't understand how this happened because Mills was unarmed. What's your take on it?
Well, Wayne was adamantly unarmed. His philosophy, and anybody that asked him would tell you he refused to carry a gun because he said, "Look at me. He said, I'm big enough. I can take care of myself, and if something happens, then I guess it's just my time where I can't take care of myself." He was a most loving individual.
That's what I was going to ask you. What kind of person was Wayne Mills?
The epitome of love here on this earth. He loved everybody that he came in contact with, and when you saw him and he flashed that giant smile and bent over and gave you a big old bear hug, you knew you were loved.
You know what, Gary?
Wayne did not shake hands. He was a hugger.
You know what, Gary? With me is Gary Sargent. He's the founder of the Outlaw Music Hall of Fame. It's country music, many would argue, at its best. Gary, it's my understanding that when this whole thing went down, that night that your friend was gunned down, unarmed, over a cigarette, that they didn't even make an arrest that night. It took public outcry on programs like this before they even made an arrest.
Well, first, I do want to thank you all for your support and your covering of this and making it a national story. The family and all his friends deeply appreciate y'all's efforts in supporting this. And you're correct. It took 2 weeks before they came down with an indictment and arrested Chris Farrell on second-degree murder charges. I would like to, and the family and all the friends would like to believe that it was just the Nashville police crossing their T's and dotting their I's to make sure that once an indictment did come down,
because I've never heard a bad thing about the Nashville police, and I hope you're right about that.